This is DSN TV, showcasing the ability in disability, proudly brought to you by the PA people.
And welcome back to the second game of, the second last game, and it is the second game of day two between Sporting de Club and also from Portugal against RGC Hansa Rostock. And I'm just going to get Troy back in to join us. And of course we'll be having Jen will come in for the last game today, all going well. So, but we'll just try and get Mr. King back in first of all. So let me just get this organised. So it'll be an interesting game, this one here, and we'll get to the lineups. I'll go through the teams with you very, very shortly, and be able to let you know exactly who's playing who's or in which position. We've just had the team lineups given to us over the air, so here, but I'll get through the other ones as I'm just trying to type as well as do everything else at the moment single-handedly, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but we'll get there. So let's see whether we can get Mr. King up and running, and whilst we're doing that I'll go through the teams for you. So we've got the two teams, which of course is RGC Hansa and Rostock, and those teams are as Troy joins us. We've got number 1 Danny Mas, number 2 is Marcel Lehmann, and I think he's actually playing in number 6, so he's number 6. Number 4 is Charlotte Kluscher or Kesha. Number 5 we have Christian Friebel. Number 7 is Reno Tide, and number 8 is Tobias Davicek. And for Sporting de Club we have I'm not sure, I think it's Yayo is the way it's pronounced, or Hayo Pereira in number 3. Number 4 is Hadley Sacramento. We have Hayo Monte de Souza is number 5, and number 9 is Nuno Antunes. So there you go. And Troy's back with us. Troy, welcome back, mate.
Hey, mate, I'm back. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yep. All right. Know that you did well, mate, on the team, so you did better than me.
Now, in the foreground this end, we're going to have the Rostock team, RGC Hansa Rostock. Now, I can see down at the far end we've got number 4 starting, who is... Now, I can see number 4, but the others have got their fronts to me. They don't have numbers on the fronts that we can actually read, which makes it a little bit more difficult. But look at number 4, and that is Sacramento. So I think it'd be Sacramento, Pereira, and probably De Sousa. We have Reno Tide. We have, it looks like, and just Tobias Davicek, I think, is on there. It looks like him. And I'm just trying to pick up the other player for you. But it will be an interesting game, this one here. Sporting the club have been interesting because a couple of games have been they've been competitive, and then they've been blown away late on a couple of occasions. So let's hope that's not the case this time. So we have.
They impressed me last night in that game. They played, I think it was towards the end of last night's sessions.
Yes.
But as you said, they did tie towards the end.
Yeah, so we have Antunes down the far end, as well as Sacramento. And I think it is 5 who is De Sousa. I'd be surprised if it's not. So 36, and Danny Muss is the other player. It looks like he's on court at the moment as well. So we've got Muss in the centre, it looks like, and also we're going to have Damashek and also Reno Tide, who will be playing on the left wing. So, yeah, so 7, 1 and 8. So And yeah, it is 8 who's on there, so he's easy.
So sorry, Tony, just remind me, the team closest to the camera is who?
RGC Hansa Rostock, the German side. So we've got, in theory, the German side taking on a Portuguese side. And Hansa will start with the ball. Mars picks it up. He's going to hand it off to Reno Tide. Reno Tide goes to the right, to the left of screen, sorry, to the left wing. It's now a cross-court ball in the centre. It's been defended on this occasion by D'Souza. Lays it off to Anthony. Demashek that's defending at this end here. So Demashek comes in now, or Demashek goes across court. It's blocked on this occasion. The chasing is done. It's a ball over. And that looks like it is D'Souza in the centre. And Tunis. And also the number 4, which is Sacramento. Yes. Sacramento. So, ball's now in the hands of Tunis. Antonis goes across court, but Masters there. Defends it, lays it off to Damashek. Damashek goes in towards the centre. Runs through it, discus with the right-handed throw, aiming for the C post. Doesn't get through on this occasion. So now it's picked up by Sacramento. Bouncing ball into Damashek. Picks it up, Tide goes across, but doesn't take the ball with him. Masters going to throw from just to the right of centre. Skipping ball into the centre though. D'Souza is there. Defending D'Souza now throwing from the centre. Flat ball. Doesn't get under Danny Marceau on that occasion. Made it easy for him though. Didn't have to work. Ball now in the hands of Reno Tide. Tide. Left-handed thrower too. Always makes a difference, I think, Troy. If you've got a left-handed throw and there's a ball over off D'Souza.
Yes, no, one of our listeners listening at the moment was a big one for New South Wales. We have a left-handed thrower. Hobson is listening, I know that.
Hello,
and
Hobson.
Fluffy is listening as well.
Hello, Hobson. Hello, Fluff. Nice to have you boys on board. Tide goes with the discus throw, but into the centre. Blocked by D'Souza. D'Souza now takes a step back to out of the way, but just pushed wide off the fingers of Damashek on the right wing for Hansa Rostock. Goes with the discus throw from the right wing. Goes a big cross-court ball. Blocked out on this occasion by... Now this is Antunes on the right wing down the far end. Antunes cross-court ball beats Danny Mars. He sort of went, didn't go. And now does the chasing and then sort of went to chase and gave up and then decided to better chase again. In the end it's a ball over. Ball over now. Ball in the hands of Sacramento. Goes down the line, pushes it well wide, line out. Missed the court by a long way. Reno Tidy comes in now from with a cross-court ball, but into D'Souza in the centre, does the chasing. Oh, actually, it was Antonis who does the chasing. Ball now thrown, bouncing ball cross-court on this occasion into Reno Tidy, picks it up nicely. A lot of class, this young man. He's only 26 or 27, I think. He's got a big future. Goes for the gap between the PC, doesn't get through on this occasion. Ball now in the hands of Antonis. Antunes goes across court, Masters there, blocks it in the centre, lays it off to Demashek. Demashek just to the right of centre, now throws from right alongside the tee, but throws straight down into D'Souza, who, well, you can put them there all day for him and he'll continue to block. Lays the ball off now to Antonis. Sends the ball down, Masters gets across his close, he's easy getting across to his left-hand side than he is to his right. Reno Tide throws his, goes with a big hook ball, doesn't get through, beat the defence there of D'Souza. D'Souza lays it off to Sacramento. Sacramento does the throwing. Blocked by Demashek. Demashek goes through the centre. Doesn't beat the defence on this occasion. I'm surprised that they haven't got the number 6 out there, of course, which is Lehman, who did very, very well yesterday. The ball blocked by Mars on this occasion for Hansa Rostock. Sporting the Club and Rostock, Hansa Rostock 0-0 at the moment. Until then, because there's a bouncing ball that's gone up over Antonis. Antunes, so goal, so 1-0 to Hansa Rostock over Sporting the Club. So interesting, they've gone with their original lineup, which is what they started the tournament with Sporting. And we'll stick with Sporting when we call them. It's the easiest way at the moment. There's a lot of talk, and it's Antunes up and off the bar, but bounces down in front of the defence of the German side. Hansa Rostock laid off to Reno Tide, goes for a big cross-court ball. Another one, ball that bounces up but blocked down in the end. Ball now in the hands of Sporting, goes across court, blocked by Mars. Demashek is there, but the ball runs out. Ball dropped into the right winger. Tobias Demashek. Demashek comes into bowl. Throw, I should say bowl. I'm getting confused with my sports here, Troy. Sacramento goes across court. Reno Tides there, picks the ball up nicely on the left wing for Hansa Rostock. Goes with a discus throw, bouncing ball down the line. And Tunis gets across to this one here. Blocks the ball nicely. Doesn't pick it up cleanly though.
Talking about not picking up clean, Tony, I was just looking at the replay of that bouncing ball last time. He actually stopped it, he defended it, went into the back of the centre player, then went into the back of the net. So it was just sloppy defence-wise. It wasn't the bounce ball that got them.
No, it was just the position and everything else. That's what it was. Sacramento goes across, gets a deflection off Mars, but Reno Tide's there to cover it up. The ball doesn't run out. Could have let it go and it would have run out, but he picks it up now. Left-hand throw, goes with the discus. Aiming but too much into the centre. Off to Sosa. Blocked out. Ball now with Sacramento. Sacramento on the left wing. Throws from alongside the centre. Danny Mustard's there, picks it up. He's going to take this throw himself, or is he going to hand it off? Hands it off to Reno Tide. Reno Tide goes across the centre player, beats it to Sosa on that occasion, but picked up by Sacramento. Sacramento on the left wing. Then ball pushed wide. Again. Tide with the ball. Hands the ball off to Danny Mas. Danny Mas throwing from the centre. A flat ball. Blocked on this occasion by just... Oh, high ball. So number 5, De Sosa throws a high ball. And this is a chance for Rostock to double their advantage here. It'll be interesting to see how he goes now. I'll just make sure that I've got that right with his name. Yes, it is Monte De Sosa. But we'll go with De Sosa. Reno Tide goes across. He's got feet onto it and into the back of the net though. Got body onto it, but just not too much power. Score is now 2-0 in favour of RGC Hansa Rostock. So, ball now in the hands of the left winger who gets it off the feet straight away. Off the feet of Demashek. I'm surprised that Demashek's actually started. But having said that, he's done well until that time, but he was just late on that ball. So 2-1 in favour of RGC Hansa Rostock. Tidy goes across court. Bit of a fumble on that occasion. And a handoff on this occasion down the far end. So a lot more teams doing that now. Troy, the single handoff instead of passing the ball. Bouncing cross-court ball. Fractured off the left winger down the far end for Sporting, but managed to recover. Thought about laying the ball off. He's going to the centre to take this throw. Aiming for the post, up and over it. Oh, the goal judge drops the catch, so... Unfortunately, our teams wouldn't have seen that on the screen. It's throw by Demashek into the centre, into the left wing, I should say, down the far end, or right winger down there, but the left as you're looking at it. Ball over as it's come off Antunes and roll all the way back. So Tied with the ball on the left wing for RGC Hansa Rostock, leading 2-1. Throws from the centre and hits the centre. On that occasion, De Sosa goes across to the left wing with this ball now. A flat ball, but straight into Mars, who fumbles in front of himself. He hasn't got the confidence that he started with Danny Mars. But then again, having said that, he's only a kid. He's only 17. Next ball into the centre from Demashek. De Sosa picks it up, hands the ball off now to, I believe that is Sacramento. It is Sacramento who throws down the line, but blocked by Demashek. Demashek now goes across court into Antunes. Antunes picks the ball up, doesn't pick the ball up. He used a lot of time here. And smart move there by the Sporting coach to call a timeout because there was there was no real hurry for them to retrieve the ball. And Troy must have gone for a Tosca, I'm guessing. Or he can't find his mute button, one of the two. Or have we lost him altogether? I think we might have lost him altogether at the moment. We have for some reason, I don't know what that is, but I actually will get him. I will get him back up because I'm not sure what the reason was there, but let's try and get Troy back up because we did lose our signal, and I went for the words of wisdom from one of Australia's best goal ballers from years gone past, and he wasn't there. Cross-court ball. High ball for De Souza. Sorry, Troy, I don't know what happened there. Obviously,
no, it was my end. It was my end, mate. Sorry.
I see you hung up on me. In other words,
I was in the chat room, and when it says I did that, it disconnected me.
Oh, okay, well there you go. Yes, as I said, when it's calling, it's hard to get to the chat room. I don't know what's going on, but the three players are there. It is a penalty, high ball, and it's De Souza to defend. Tide taking the throw. Cross-court ball into the great ball into the C post, and De Souza went the wrong way and then made no effort at all. So the score is 3-1 in favour of Hansa Rostock over Sporting Club. Sacramento goes down the line. Demashek's there. Defends the ball nicely on this occasion. Throwing from about 2 metres in from the sideline. Goes across court, aiming for the A post. And Tunis gets his hands to the ball and pushes the ball wide. Yeah, I was just saying, Troy, that the timeout that they called, they had to get that done in a hurry, and that's obviously what caused the high ball, because his aim was just to get rid of the ball as quickly as he could from Sporting. Ball now with Demashek. Goes across. Antunes, no, it is Antunes who doesn't do the chasing. It's actually De Souza does the chasing. Scrambling defence off Mars, but Demashek is there. Demashek comes in now. Bouncing ball straight down to the centre. It doesn't beat De Souza. Hands it off to Sacramento. Sacramento now goes across court off the feet then of Mars, but Reno Tide is there. Timeout Hansa Rostock, and we'll get some thoughts at this stage on what's happening from
look,
Troy.
Just something I picked up there, Tony, was when you were talking about that quick timeout and the high ball, which is interesting, yeah. I didn't pick that up initially until you said that. But what I did notice is the penalty was called and the player was waiting. I reckon he was waiting for the penalty shot probably for a good 20, 30 seconds. All three players were in the centre, and the sideline judge was waiting for one of them to come over before the ball was dropped. So
Yeah,
was that extra
just,
delay?
Yeah, no, they should have just dropped the ball.
Just correct. That's what the rule is. They're supposed to just drop it. So
that's right. They don't wait. They just drop it, and then it's up to them.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. So it should have been. Yeah. So interesting.
Yep. So I think the score was.
How you finding the refereeing over there, Tony?
The refereeing in general is consistent. Cross-court ball by Reno Tide goes wide. It's going to be dropped in Sacramento with the ball.
You should be a politician.
Yeah, it's up, and the ball's almost hit my equipment. If people were wondering what I was doing, it went up and over. Missed my computer by about 6 inches. So we could have been in some drastic positions there. So I do apologise, folks, if things suddenly went a little bit haywire. Antunes with the ball goes across court into Demashek. Demashek with the ball. Now it's still 4-2, is it? Or 3-1? Can you remember, Mr. King?
I'm saying 3-1.
Yeah, that's what I think it might be too. Anyway, ball thrown by De Souza into the middle. Spinning throw from Tide into the centre, pushed out off the body there of the left winger down the far end, and that was Sacramento. And Sacramento now sends a flat ball. Danny Masters there, blocks it nicely on this occasion. Passes it across now to, or walks it across and gives it to Tobias Demashek. Demashek goes for the BC gap. Doesn't get through on this occasion. Both De Sosa and also Sacramento were there. Ball with De Sosa in the centre of the court. Again, putting it straight into Marsa's hands, making it easy for the Hansa Rostock centre player at present. Tide goes across court, aiming for that BC gap. Reno Tide makes a big difference to this Hansa Rostock side. The ball
I just saw the ball go over the net towards you, Tony. I don't know what you were worried about. There was no one near you.
Yeah, no one near me. Rubbish. Yes. Good on you. Thank you very much. I would have had to put in the claim to DSN.
I was comfortable from here. I felt safe.
Yes. Ball now in the hands of Antonis, goes across court, but misses to the A post, pushes the ball wide. Substitution. So out number 8. So Demashek coming out, and it's Lehman coming in. So this will certainly bolster their attack, I think, with Lehman and also...
Yeah, just on the game, I don't think there's any huge attacking patterns there. I think they're still shopping around both teams.
Yeah, I know this is the thing which is causing some issues. And that, so just a reminder that after this game there isn't going to be a long break. And this is one of the things that does frustrate me, having a long break, but I suppose that's the way they've done it. But they could have had a game in the... because the next game doesn't start till 12:45 local time. So I think it's almost now. It's hit Danny Mars in the rib cage area on this occasion. Mars hands it off to Lehman, throwing from the centre. Lehman goes to that gap. The hands come down and manages to control the ball there. That was by Sacramento. Sacramento comes in on the left wing now. Cross court ball pushed wide there. No occasion. I think Tide got some onto it, but goes into this right hand side, almost to the goes to the right post, runs in towards the centre, but hooks it back to the C post, and ball blocked out. So ball now dropped. Flat ball goal straight through Mars and also Lehman. Now this is one of the things that gets me, because there was a Sporting player who ran across court making all the noise and then stood, and then the other player came in. But a quick reply there by Lehman puts it straight back into the back of the net down the far end. So 4-2 the score is now. So in favour of Hansa Rostock. Yeah, they're going to have to really tighten up on these noise rules, I think, because things like that can be construed as... and I know technically it's not the case, but it appears to me that they're taking advantage of loopholes and saying, well, hang on, it's not in the running of the throwing action, but you don't know while they're doing that. The player's obviously preparing to throw the ball, and you may have the ball lifted up. So that, to me, as the ball goes through the defence once again between Mars and also Lehman for a goal. So the score is now 4-3. So what are your thoughts, Troy?
Just bear with me, mate.
Okay, well... next ball's thrown up, and are we going to get a goal in return? No, not on this occasion. De Sosa is there, and Antunes. Ball thrown on this occasion by... what is this? It finished up a long way down the court.
Sorry, I just had the volume up on my iPad because I wanted to hear what you were saying about that noise. So to explain what you were talking about was the centre actually ran out of the way for the left wing to throw.
Yeah, but he actually ran a long way.
He did make noise. I could actually hear him making the noise.
And he ran a long way, and that's half time.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon he probably ran to about the high ball line on the sideline.
Yep.
That's a long way out of the way.
That's right. And he was doing it for a reason, because he was making so much noise doing it. Because the player who threw the ball didn't even go in that area. So to me, that's a case of bending the rules. So it is half time here, and the score is 4-2 or 4-3. 4-2.
So what is the rule? Is it on you taking your first step forward to take a throw?
That's correct.
Is it on the arm going backwards? What is actually the rule?
Well, it should actually be the arm going backwards, because that's a preparation. I'll just check with Erky. Erky, what's the half-time score? Is it 4-3 or 4-2? Turkey? Can't hear me for some reason. Or doesn't want to. Maybe that's it. But no, it's interesting.
Being snubbed, mate.
I think it's what it is. It's actually your first action in throwing, and that would be whether you set yourself with your arm going back or your first step.
I think it would have to be action because you couldn't go on arm because of the fact that some people even do this new silly tunnel ball throw. So that's not going backwards, is it? That's going forwards.
No, but your arm's still moving, and even if you lift the ball up above your head, that's preparing for your preparation for the throw.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, just make it open slow. If you're going to get to that extent, play music while they're playing. And that's so. But look, to me, it's just a ridiculous setup. I'm not a fan of the, and also to have them not enforcing it, and that's, I guess, the biggest issue for them not being enforced. Now, Erky may be able to hear me. Erky, what's the score?
Up.
What's the score? Is it 4-3 or 4-2?
I'm not sure at the moment.
Okay. So there you go. So, and that's one of the issues. I don't have the when these scores yelled out, they don't have the loud enough, and obviously with all the applause, you don't hear it. So
what they need is help from our sponsors, the PA people, where they get them.
Well, that's right.
Referees mic'd up.
Yes, definitely. That's what they need. So now we've got spotting the club at this end here. So De Sosa 4-3. Thank you very much, Erky. And of course we'll see Erky in action next game when Old Power take on Fifth Memo, which will be. I'm looking forward to that game. I reckon that'll be a belter of a game. So I can let you know that it doesn't look like there's been any changes at all. Certainly for Sporting the Club, there's not. So we have number 5, who is De Sosa in the centre. We have Antunes on the right wing, Antunes, and Sacramento on the left wing. And no change down at the far end, still with Reno Tide on the left wing. In the centre is Danny Mas. As that one there goes across and is saved by Lehman on the right wing. So Lehman's on the right wing. Goes in towards the centre, bouncing ball. Sacramento's there, blocks the ball nicely, loses the handle, then finds it. Goes back to his post now. Right-handed thrower. No skip at all, but straight in the back of the net, straight through Lehman on that occasion. So just for you, Leanne Fitzpatrick, one more score each and they'll be even. So the score is currently 4-4. Goes with a bouncing ball, but straight into De Sosa. Sorry, Troy.
I was just saying, now, don't pick on the Lady of League.
No, not at all. I never do that. Next ball is pushed wide on that occasion by Antunes. So 4-all. And I thought that Lehman would have been tighter in defence than what he is, but he's actually not that tight at present. So Reno Tide with this ball here, aiming for the BC area. De Sosa hands it off to Sacramento. Sacramento about 2 metres in, goes across court and pushes the ball out, line out, almost cannons into the German bench. Down the far end of the court. Ball now in the hands of Reno Tide. Yes, it is Reno Tide. There's a bouncing ball blocked by De Sosa. De Sosa picks it up in the centre. Looking resplendent in their Celtic colours here, Sporting Dibati. Or Sporting the Club, whichever you like, in their green and white. I
just saw the Sporting team do that noise thing again where the centre player was throwing and the right winger ran down the line without the ball.
Yes. So now in that situation, if the player with the ball takes one step, that should be considered as a noise penalty. Or lifts the ball up in preparation of throwing. The next ball into the centre, blocked by De Sosa. De Sosa skipping flat ball. Oh, has that got through? Yes, it has. Straight through the BC gap. Lovely ball. So Sporting the Club have taken the lead over Hansa Rostock. 5-4. Early in the second period. been a wonderfully run tournament here. I must admit that the next ball's blocked out. They have looked after me well, Troy, I must admit. So...
Number 2 for Sporting, he hasn't played much this game, has he?
He hasn't been on at all this time, and that's Pereira.
So where he impressed me last night. I thought he was the standout player for their team last night.
Yeah, look, he was, definitely. De Sosa's going to come across and take this ball. No, and it's actually Sacramento who does it. Runs over, stops. Now, I know I'm nitpicking, but if you run across and take the ball, then run across back to your other side, that should be in the class as you're starting your throw, because you run across to the other side and then continue running and have the throw. So they've got to be very, very careful of that. Those issues, I think. Ball thrown by Tide from the centre, though. On this occasion, ball pushed wide, goes outside in the A corner post. Sacramento's come across to take the throw from the right wing. On this occasion, sends the ball straight down the line, slowly back into position. But Danimas loses control of the ball, and it's a ball over in the end. It wasn't quick enough on that occasion. Sacramento walks the ball, hands the ball off to De Sosa. De Sosa goes with a flat ball, but straight into Reno Tide. You're not going to get through him. You're better off aiming your attack at the left winger down, at the right winger down the far end, or the left as you look at it on screen. Because there's problems there between Lehman and Musk. We've seen the goals that have gone through go through that area. So that's what they need to do now. Is this a substitution? I'm just looking to see whether this is a substitution, but I didn't hear it called. I'm just waiting to see here because it looks like it is. Ball into the centre, blocked on this occasion. Now I'll try and pick up and see whether there is a substitution down there. I think there might have been. But unfortunately, the referees are quietly spoken, and I am a fair way away from them.
Now, if I was to pick an attacking format from the Sporting side of things, the number 4 should come over to the right wing throw at the AB gap, because I think the centre for the other side is not picking his speed, and whenever the ball comes from that right hand side of the Sporting side, he just drops. Yep. So if he can go across the centre and get into that AB gap, I think there's a gap there.
Yeah, I agree. Sacramento with the ball now on the left wing. Goes to his post. Comes in now, goes with a flat ball, aiming for the AB gap, and gets straight through the AB gap there between... yeah, is that... I'm trying to pick whether that was... Actually, that might be Demashek who's back on. But I'm not certain, so I'll get that clarified as soon as I can in relation to it. But unfortunately, they don't have the big numbers on the front of their jerseys, which makes it very, very frustrating for... when you're trying to call the game. And I thought that was a rule that they had to have them on the front.
They do, and they have to have them by a certain size too.
Well, they're certainly not by a certain size. They're actually very small. If they're about the size of a badge, which is very small.
Yeah, yeah. By memory, I think I think it's about 15 inches. Mm-hmm. So it has to be a decent size.
Up and over, and it's... Oh, lucky I've got the soccer goal net in front of me, as that ball came straight towards me. But it bounced down first, so I made a rushing action at the ball, went to defend it, but failed. So, timeout being called by Sporting the Club. So, anyway, it'll be interesting to see. Now, I'm trying to double...
Well, we're talking about the timeout, Tony. Just before we were speaking about that AB gap, and that's where that next goal went through about 5 to 10 seconds later. That is being lazy in the centre in that AB gap. They've got to get that gap up tighter.
Yeah, I agree completely. They certainly do. As our sweepers sweep the floor, I've got to thank the volunteers. As you know, they can't run tournaments. Doesn't matter where you are around the world without the support of the volunteers. So once again, they've done a great job here in Finland. Sacramento goes across court. Off the feet and kicked wide in the end. So, ball now in the hands of Reno Tide. Runs around, he's taking the throw from the outside. It looks like Michael Feisel's actually gone in. Christian Freeble may be the person who's gone on. Purely and simply because of the clapping, which he does on a regular basis. May do the clapping, but he might want to focus on maybe stopping the ball, because that ball went again through the AB gap. So 7-4, and they're blowing them out of the water at the moment, all scoring in the same area. So, ball now in the hands of Lehman. Goes across court, blocked by Antunes. Ball over. Do you think goal ballers are getting lazy? They don't want to chase the ball anymore?
Well, as I said, mentioned last night, I think there is some lazy stuff coming through. Like something that I find myself that it's lazy defence when you got your ass on the ground and a defensive position. To me, so I know internationally they like it. As coaches in Australia like it, but to me that's laziness.
Yeah, I agree with you too. It is Christian Freeble who's on. Ball hamming it to Antunes. It's blocked. So timeout has been called. So they're just getting some repairs done here. Looks like they're going in search of the tape.
So tell you what, we're waiting for that. What time is the next game, did you say?
The next game is at quarter to 1, 12:45.
So roughly in about an hour's time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, around about an hour's time, because they're having a lunch break.
Right, fair enough.
Which is fair
and
enough. I've got to eat.
And that will be the last game for the day?
It will be. That'll be the last game for the tournament.
And there's no presentations or anything after that?
There is.
Okay.
And we may stay on air for those. I'll find
Just
out.
tell them to move the set of goals and bring their presentations down towards the camera.
Well, this is right. And what we can do is we can see. Well, actually, I'll ask Gerke. He's actually standing alongside me at the moment. Is there presentations after the final game today, Gerke?
Middlebury. What's the? Sorry, what's it? Yes. Yeah. So it's right after the last match. About 5 minutes after the last match. Yeah, we'll have a medal ceremony. Yes.
Fantastic. So we'll stay on air for that, and that'll be for obviously for this. We'll get as much out of it as we can. I'm still going to have plenty of time to pack up, as I've got my case with it, stock on it down here beside me, because I'm actually spending the evening tonight at going to Erkie's for the evening, and actually staying at Erkie's before I head to the airport at some ungodly hour of the morning. I've got to be there at 6 a.m. for an 8 o'clock flight. So anyway, 7-4 is the scoreline at the moment here. Down the line, pushed it wide there by that was by Christian Friedel.
And who are you flying back with, Tony?
The only airline to fly back with, and that's Qantas.
I only fly Qantas.
That's it, and that's me. Certainly do the ball across court into De Sosa. De Sosa now. It's going to throw for in the centre. This kid's got a lot of talent. I think he's only 20 years old. Let me just double check and see. Number 5 here. Look, he's 20 years old, and he's a big lad, as you can be able to see from the film. He's got to be well over 6 foot. And it's got a lot of power. There's a bouncing ball though by Sacramento. Timeout, Hansa Rostock. So 7-4 the scoreline. And I think they said 5:22. 5:22. So there you go. Just under 5.5 minutes to go. So this situation here, unless something happens drastically, I can't see Hansa getting back into this game, Troy.
For me, mate, it's done and dusted. It's shut the gate. It's gone.
So if you're a betting man, get on Hansa when Troy makes a comment like that. So just to let everybody know too that I spoke to the tech guy, Sean, and these will be done and they'll be put up onto our YouTube channel within the near future. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. We might be able to get them done. As Tide goes with the ball into Artunis. Artunis blocks the ball nicely, but chased by D'Souza. Lays it back now to Artunis. Artunis goes across it. Oh, that's almost gone out at the halfway line. He hooked that away very early. Indeed. So, ball now. Cross court on this occasion. Up. Is it going to go into the back of the net? No, it's not. Great work there by D'Souza. It came off Artunis' legs, and D'Souza did well, but they finished up laying the ball across to Sacramento, who took the throw. So just to let everyone know, it's currently still 7-4 with around about just under 5 minutes to go. Christian Freewill doing the clapping. Reno Tide goes for that gap. No, sorry, I do apologise. It wasn't Reno. It was as I've just had a mental blank. Let me go to my sheet quickly, and I'll let you know. Layman it was. D'Souza with the ball now, standing in the centre of the court, going for a bouncing ball. Scrambling on this occasion, picked up by Layman, who's actually playing in the centre. Goes off to and takes a throw. On this occasion, picked up by D'Souza. Went to pass it to Artunis and passed it wide. Missed by a long way too with the pass. And sometimes I don't worry so much about it. Christian Friedel with the clapping. Reno Tide runs across and takes it. Artunis is there on this occasion, blocks the ball out and the ball over, I believe. Again, it is. So the ball now has got dropped back in once again. Some movement across. Runs it across the Reno Tide. And sends the ball straight back into the middle though. They're not doing anything out of the ordinary draw. They're hitting the same spots over and over. They're not really making them work. There's a nice ball, line ball on that occasion by Sacramento. Goes down the line. This is Layman. It's ball into the middle on this occasion. Blocked by D'Souza like he's got all the time in the world, and he does at the moment. Goes to the right hand side of the centre. On this occasion, hands the ball off. Ball now in the hands of the left winger. Went for that gap, but nicely covered by D'Souza. He looks very comfortable. If you get a look at his face when he turns around, Troy, it's like nothing worries him at all. Lands it off though to Sacramento on this side. Occasion goes for the AB, doesn't get through on this occasion.
So you're saying it looks really relaxed on court or focused?
Does. No, he looks focused on court. He really does. Looks extremely comfortable and confident. Again, he goes for the AB, doesn't get through on this occasion. I'll stand up and try and see whether I can just get clarification on these numbers down the far end for you. That's Tide throwing now, going for the cross court, but off to Sosa and runs out. Picks it up nicely. Jogs back into position, which is good to see. He's obviously fitness-wise, he's extremely fit. Speaking of fitness-wise, I'll just let everyone know, I watched Fifth Malmo before, ran about 20 laps around the gym. Mate, I was getting tired just watching them. Seriously. Bouncing ball.
So similar to what we do in New South Wales Global then?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Sacramento with the ball now for Sporting de Club. Comes in. Nice ball again, but too much B on this occasion. But again, they excuse me, lose control. And that was Christian Friedel. Friedel who got rid of the ball on that occasion. Ball now with Sosa. Sosa aiming for the AB. This time it's gotten through. I thought he had it covered and it's just rolled loose. So 8-4 now. This is the score line. So wouldn't take much for this club to do something good. I think with this keep Portugal involved, then I can see them in a couple of years' time because they're only a couple of them are young fellas. They could do exceptionally well. I'll just have a look and see at their time out for Hansa. Now I'm just having a look to see about their ages. So we've got for.
While you're looking at them, I'm just going to comment. I'm really actually impressed with the Sporting team. The number 5 for the centre player.
Yeah, D'Souza.
They're doing he's doing overlaps with his wingers by half a body.
Oh,
The
no.
overlap is really good for Sporting.
Well, he's 7'26" tall.
Well, that does help.
He towers over. And, of course, obviously when he extends his arm. So we've got about 2 minutes to go in this game.
Sorry, you were saying about ages then, Tony?
Yeah, look, the a couple of the youngsters, they've got 2 young and 2 old fellas. They've got De Sosa, who's 20, and Sacramento, who's 29. And then you've got Antunes, who's 39, and, of course, Pereira, who's 44. But they look like they'll do all right down the track. And one of the things is that they're actually affiliated with that great Portugal soccer team. So, and apparently they do get a fair bit of funding, which is good.
You sound like you got a bit of the sniffles there, Tony. You're not catching a cold over that,
I'm not
that
catching
lovely
it.
hot weather?
I'm not catching it, mate. I've already caught it. I'm actually on some medication at the moment, so
Oh, really?
yes.
Okay.
So I said I'll let the boys down this evening, but I certainly won't be having a drink with the medication that I'm on. I don't want to do that. The effects could be astronomical, so I'll associate with them, but I certainly won't be partaking in the rituals of having an alcoholic beverage this evening.
Good dedication to DSN.
No, mate, well, it's minus 36 here at the moment. What feels like it is next ball down the line there by Sacramento. I'm impressed with Sacramento as well. Nice ball on that occasion thrown by Lehman. Blocked on this occasion by Antunes. Lays it off to De Sosa, who I'm very impressed with. Goes down that line once again. And again the ball blocked and a line out is called. So
I'm noticing both sides, Tony, are doing a lot of hook throws.
Sorry, Erky? 57 seconds to go. And I know that because it's not 57 minutes. We couldn't last that long at all. So
Yeah, Tony, am I right to say I'm noticing throughout the whole tournament, not just today but last night as well, a lot of the teams are doing hook throws?
yes.
Big swinging hooks?
Yeah, if you have watched Reno Tide from the Roster Kansas side, he actually starts his run up for the throw on some occasions from the right wing and releases it on the left wing and hooks it back to the right wing.
Mm.
And
even like the straight throws down the line, their body action, it's really in that upper torso. It's
It
a
is.
swinging motion.
yes, yep,
It's just
very
like
true.
they start side on, run side on, and then swing.
Yep. Now I do apologise. I actually forgot to update the score at half time. Can you remember what the score was at half time, Troy?
Yes, because you
4-3.
corrected me on it. Or was it 4-2?
4-3 it was, 4-3. And it's currently 8-4. So, I'll just get your thoughts for a minute, Troy. And, well, actually, I'll wait till the end of this and I'll update both of them at the same time.
Yes, because you only have about 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, if that. So, Sacramento goes down the line. Ball now in the hands. So now after this game, we'll get Troy's thoughts on the game. Ball into the centre. De Sosa, some great defence once again. This will be almost the end of the game. Sacramento cross-court ball blocked out. And I think this is going to be almost the last throw of the game. It's going to be a cross-court ball and just push the wide. So, in the hands of De Sosa. Goes for the AB gap once again. And that is full time. So full time, the final score is 8-4. And 8-4.
Decisive win there.
Yep, I'll leave it with you for a moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Decisive win there by the Sporting team. Look, the standout players from my side of things, number 5 for Sporting, really extending out either side. The right winger for the opposition was pretty good. Bit disappointed with the centre player. They had 2 centres. One was subbed off just prior to half, I believe, and I think both centres were leaving that gap in that AB area. And I don't think it was the centre's fault. I'm really putting more pressure on the centre player with that. But Yeah, they're both wingers at that end. Not bad. Targeting was probably the better of the A winger. Sporting side, very dominant. They started off well, and there was too hard to catch them, basically. Few penalties in the first half, not so much in the second half. Penalties cracked out. I'm guessing probably about 7 penalties, probably 5 in the first half. So, but yeah, look, a good general game all round. Good warm up to the last match of the day coming up, which is Old Tower. And I think FIFA Mallow, over the top of my head. No, it's one of Tony's big matches he said of the weekend, basically. So that'll be coming up in approximately 45 minutes.
This is DSN TV, showcasing the ability in disability. Proudly brought to you by the PA people.